If you guys want the fastest way to improve your aim, get some Control Freaks for cheap. Use code GOBLIN for 10% off and improve your aim today. Link in the description. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some leaks in Call of Duty World War II, some secret maps, some secret guns, and some other things in this game that are in the coding but haven't really been released yet. So basically, a lot of stuff that could be coming in the future most likely will be coming. So hopefully you guys will enjoy today's video. Of course, it's the weekend, boys, and the weekend is when it's a great time for COD to you know, grind your levels and stuff, even though the leveling system is a bit slower now, and to upload a lot of videos. So if you guys could smack a like, this is just the start of the weekend. I'm gonna have more videos up all throughout the nights and the days and stuff like that, so I'd really appreciate if you guys could smash up 2,000 likes and just smash up to 1,000 likes really quick would be amazing. And let's get into this and let's talk about this. So basically what happens is Call of Duty is a game that exists on consoles as well as PC. Now on PC it's really easy for people to data mine the files, which essentially means go into the files and look at the coding, which is kind of something that's weird to us console players, but on PC this is a common, you know, not too hard task to do for these data miners on Reddit. So this one was done by It's Mr. Wonderful, and he went into the coding right after this game came out, which I thought that this right now would be the most appropriate time to talk about this, because of course Call of Duty points are going to be coming out in a couple of days on Tuesday, and that's when they're probably going to start adding DLC. I mean, DLC maps have already been announced, but of course we all know we're going to be getting some sort of DLC weapons, other variants, and maybe even camos into supply drops. And of course a lot of people are going to be upset about that, but honestly I think this year maybe like Modern Warfare Remastered or Infinite Warfare, where you didn't have to like pay to win, or like, well, definitely not pay to win, but pay to get the variants because you could simply craft them. I think that could be an option this year, so I don't think everyone should start to hate already, because I think the system could be really good judging on how it is right now. I mean, the variants are cosmetic only, so we're gonna have to wait and see, but as of right now there is 3 maps in the game's coding that are not in the game, and 9 different weapons, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's start off with the first thing, actually, is that this game had a perk system in it. So we all know how it is right now with the divisions and the basic trainings, but it was leaked and found in the files that there actually is a perk system in this game, which probably means that they were designing a regular perk system and they decided to change it up for the divisions and the basic trainings. Now, why they did that, I'm not really sure. I know this sort of happens with other Call of Duty games as well. You know, with a 3-year life cycle, they start designing some sort of things and they end up changing their mind. But the perks that were you know, already made for this game were Blind Eye, Awareness, Fast Hands, Tactical Mask, Engineer, Sixth Sense, Dead Silence, Scavenger, Anti-Up, Gung Ho, and Ghost. So honestly, those are probably just changed to basic trainings, because from what I'm looking at there, pretty much all of those basic trainings, besides of Awareness, which allows you to hear people's footsteps louder, which in this game the footsteps are already loud, so that would have been so overpowered. And also Sixth Sense. I don't think there's any sort of Sixth Sense in this game. So those 2 were sort of scrapped from the game. But the rest of these ones, Scavenger, Ghost, Gung Ho, I mean, Gung Ho is just Gunslinger. You know, they just transfer them into different basic trainings. So I think these were sort of the prototypes that ended up becoming these perks ended up becoming the basic trainings and forming the divisions in this sort of Call of Duty game. So that's what we have with there. As far as 3 maps that were cut from the game. Now, why were these maps cut from the game? And that's one thing I have a problem with, is this game, it's really fun, but it's repetitive, and I don't know how it's going to play in a couple of months or in a year when we're playing the same damn maps. The DLC maps are going to have to be good this year, because, you know, if you're even going to buy the DLC maps. Right now we had 3 maps that were cut from the game, and most notably there's one called Paris, which is essentially a Resistance remake from Modern Warfare 3. Now, if you guys remember Resistance from Modern Warfare 3, Paris was a Resistance remake, and that's what, you know, eventually was cut from the game. So I'm guessing that one is going to be coming into a future DLC, probably DLC 1, which is in like January. And the reasoning behind that is usually companies remake maps from their old games. However, with Sledgehammer, they only have one old game, Advanced Warfare. But if you read between the lines, they also work work on MW3, and that's where Resistance is from. So this is kind of a good thing, because I don't think they're going to be remastering, and, you know, usually they bring back one per DLC of old maps or something like that, and I don't think they're going to be remastering or remaking anything from Advanced Warfare, because the movement system and how that game played was completely different. So I think we could see some other MW3 maps coming back. Dome has already came back, what, 3 times? I'm hoping we get Hard Hat back, or we get Seatown, or these maps that are really fun, man. I want to see these maps back. I want Hard Hat, I want Bootleg, I want Seatown. These maps will play fun on this game. For some reason, they decided to pick Resistance, and it's called Paris. That will probably come within the first DLC. The other maps were Wolf Slayer, which there's basically no description about it. It just looks sort of like you're in the forest with a big block building around it. And then, of course, there was Castle, which sort of looks like Stonehaven. So hopefully it's not like Stonehaven. But these are definitely maps that were cut from the game. Will they be brought back into future DLCs? Most likely, because they were probably already designed. However, we don't know. Maybe they only designed, you know, a name for it and an image or half of the map or something. So that's what it is with the maps. I already talked about the perks. Now the weapons. These weapons, the question with these weapons is, are these going to be variants for other weapons, or are they going to be entirely new DLC weapons? Now I think they're going to be entirely new DLC weapons, for the fact that they're sort of, all the variants in this game are not named real things. They're named like Blue Sky, or like, what are the names of some of the variants? They're just the Snake, the Savior, stuff like that. They're not actually named guns. So all these guns, I would assume, are in the coding and are going to come at some point to this game, which is crazy because we have 9 of the DLC guns basically leaked already. Let's talk about it. The first one is the Irisa, which is, and by the way, guys, I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce these all 100% right, so don't get on me, guys, please. I'm a Call of Duty guy. I'm a Call of Duty YouTuber. So Irisa, which I believe is some sort of a sniper. I think it's an Asian sniper. I'm not really sure. But basically, it looks like it's going to be coming into the game, which is kind of cool because that would be a sniper DLC. And Irisa is a pretty famous sniper. And, you know, of course, if that was to come, it would be its own separate sniper. And I think this is true because the weapons we have in this game right now, there's not many. There's only 4 snipers, right? Next one is going to be the Beretta, which the Beretta, honestly, is sort of like exactly the PPSH, but a little bit different. Which is one concern I have about this game, is that a lot of these guns look the exact same. The Type 100, the WAF. This one is the Beretta. It kind of looks like a PPSH or an MP5. I would be hyped for this to come in. I want more SMGs. Because, you know, hopefully DLC is good this year, because the game that came out, while it's really fun to play, it definitely can get repetitive playing with the same weapons over and over, not many multiplayer camos, and then again, not many multiplayer maps. So this stuff is very important. Beretta looks pretty cool. Next one is going to be the Beretta 30 LMG. Don't know what to say about that, except it's an LMG. I honestly haven't even played with all the LMGs yet in this game. I've used a couple of them. The Lewis is pretty decent. I have a heroic variant for it, but you know, another LMG. Next one is going to be the Enfield Pistol, which is pretty cool because it's sort of a revolver pistol, and I think that's something we need. The secondary selection in this game definitely is lacking. I just run machine pistol on pretty much every class. We need some more high-powered pistols. Bring something like a Marshall 16, bring something like that, you know, and this is going to be like your revolver, the Enfield Pistol. So I'm really, honestly, I'm not usually excited for secondaries or stuff like that, but I'm actually jacked up for this one because we need some more secondaries in this game if this was to come out. Next is the Gewehr 43, which is some sort of a semi-auto assault rifle, I believe. We don't really need more semi-auto assault rifles. We already have 3 of them, and they're all not the best. I mean, I'm still trying to find class ups for them to make overpowered videos and make them good. But as of right now, they need to buff the semi-autos, in my personal opinion. And another one looks like it's coming. Next is going to be the P38, another pistol, which is looking good. They definitely need to fill out the when you do secondaries as just pistols, you sort of have to add some more stuff, especially in a game like this where you're forced to run a secondary. And BO3 in the pick 10 system, you just take off your secondary and you're good to go. P38 is obviously a popular pistol. Next one is going to be the Type 5, which I'm not really sure what that is. I think it's some sort of an assault rifle, I believe, or some sort of an SMG. It's one of those. I'm leaning more towards another rifle, so that could be pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's a fully automatic or if it's a semi-auto. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below. Next one is going to be the trench knife, which is obvious. It looks like melee weapons. Well, it's not even melee weapons. It kind of is, because we don't even have a knife in this game. We just have the shovel. If you want to run around with the shovel, but it's not like, you know, you have to run that as your secondary. So it's sort of like swapping out your pistol for a shovel. It's sort of just for fun and stuff like that. The next one will be the trench knife, which is basically just a knife with a handle, which is kind of good. Looks like they'll be doing a couple of melee weapons this year. And the next one is what I'm most excited for, is the Sten. Now, a lot of people know the Sten, or aka the bootlegger, from previous Call of Duty games, AW, Zombies, a bunch of stuff like that. Now, the thing with the Sten is it looks pretty much exactly like the Type 100 and the WAF 28. So I hope this gun does come out. A lot of these guns look very similar, but I guess that's kind of because they're trying to keep that realism from World War II. But I'd be very excited if the Sten came into this game. And let me know, out of these guns that I mentioned, which ones are you most excited for? I'm most excited for the Enfield Pistol, as well as the Sten, definitely on the SMG side, and the Beretta on the SMG. But that's because I'm an SMG lover. You guys let me know yours in the comments down below. If you guys made it to the end, drop a like. More videos coming out. Sub for a cookie and don't looky. And you know, thanks for watching, guys. I'll link the article down below if you guys want to check it out. And I'm out. Peace.